about Test 1 in Hacker's Speaking Manual. So, up on the board here I have question 1, which says, describe a person you enjoy talking to. Explain why you like talking to this person. Include details and examples to support your explanation. Obviously, they want you to support your opinion, not just give an opinion. So, as you can see, you have 15 seconds of preparation time, which isn't very much time, and you only have to speak for 45 seconds, which also isn't very much time. So you have to quickly organize your notes so that you know what you're going to say and be able to gather your examples so that you don't get confused in the speaking process. So what I want you to do today is follow the notes that I have for you until you feel confident making your own notes so that you can speak properly and in order. So what I have here as an example for question 1, the main topic is person you enjoy talking with, as you know, and the person that I chose is my brother. Now, since it's only a 45-second question, I only have 2 examples. I should be able to stretch those out into 45 seconds, so 3 examples, 4 examples isn't really necessary for question 1 or question 2. My first example is age. So this is my example, this is my explanation of the example. The explanation says that we would encounter many similar situations at the same time. So, since we're similar in age, we would encounter things, certain situations and life experiences at a similar time. So that's something that we would be able to share together. Also, my second thing would be interests. We agree on many topics and enjoy doing the same activities. So again, since we're at the same age, we were able to experience things at the same time, and we also enjoy doing some of the similar things. So what I want you to do now is follow the prompts on the screen and do question 1 on your own and see how it goes. Okay, so how did it go? Were you able to use up all the time, or did you go over the limit? I hope you can quickly learn how to fit everything you need to into the time slot and be able to clearly explain your examples. So now let's move on to question 2. Question 2 says, some students like to cram for exams. Others want to review what they have learned on a more regular basis. Which type of preparation do you prefer and why? Now, as I mentioned, both question 1 and 2 are personal questions, which makes them a lot more simple to answer. But question 1 is usually an open-ended question, which means it's just a general question and you have many choices that you could use as an answer. But question 2 is often a choice between one of 2 things. In this question 2, we have 2 choices. We can cram for exams, which means waiting until the last minute and then studying possibly all night before a test, or study on a regular basis. So as you can see, you have 2 choices. And they want you to explain which choice you chose and why. In my example, I chose studying on a regular basis. So, style of studying is the main topic. And as you know, regular basis is what I chose, so that would be the subtopic. Now, again, I use 2 examples because it's only a 45-second question, so you don't really need that much support as long as you can speak smoothly and fluently in your question. So my first example is better review. If you study on a regular basis, perhaps for 15 minutes a day after class, then what you've learned in class really gets a strong hold in your mind so that you remember what you learned in class. Studying a little every day helps reinforce what was taught in the classroom. If you don't study even a little bit every day, you're going to quickly forget what you were taught in class. My second example is you have more rest. You don't have to stay up all night to study because you're not going to cram for your exam. I wrote, a student is able to get more rest before a test if he or she avoids cramming. Cramming is something that many college students like to do. They either get lazy or don't have time to study every day, so they wait until maybe the night before a test and then they cram all night. To me, that doesn't seem like a good idea, and that's why I chose a regular basis. So now I want you to do the question yourself, just like you did question 1. Try to use my examples, try to think of how you would speak, how you would form your sentences, and how you would be able to stretch it into 45 seconds. So go ahead. Okay, did you do okay? Did you find that 2 examples is enough support, or do you feel like you need some more? If you really want to use 3 examples in a 45-second question, you can, but sometimes it may be a little difficult to fit those 3 examples into the 45-second time slot. So that's for you to decide. Now, question 3 says, the woman expresses her opinion of the announcement made by the university. State her opinion and explain the reason she gives for that opinion. Okay, this question is very important that you answer the question with the other person's opinion. In this case, it's a woman. Do not answer this question with your own personal opinion or you will get a bad grade on this question. So, as you can see, a woman is going to express her opinion about the reading that's in the book. So you have 45 seconds time to read the passage. Preparation time is 30 seconds, which is the most preparation time you get in the TOEFL speaking test. And then response time is 60 seconds, 15 seconds longer than question 1 and 2. So I suggest using 3 examples for the question 3 through 6. Here are the notes that I came up with. As you can see, the main topic is the art gallery closing. That was the topic of the reading, and that's what the woman is speaking about. Now, the subtopic is the woman's opinion. That's what you're going to be speaking about and sharing about. Your own opinion does not matter in question 3. They only want you to reiterate or say again what the woman said. So, first support example is student displays. She says students need a place to show off their artwork. So, she feels that the gallery is an important place. Second reason is, she says it wasn't advertised enough. That's why not many people came. She said people didn't come because there wasn't enough advertisement in the school newspaper, perhaps a town paper, so that was another reason. And she also says if it is advertised, then more students would come to view the art, which encourages more artists to show their work. If more people show up to see the art, then more artists are going to be encouraged to show their work. So, I'm not going to tell you word for word how to do this question. I want you to use my examples and figure out the best way to stretch this into 60 seconds and be able to clearly present your position on this topic. So go ahead and start this question.